Is it true that only 1% of vaccine adverse events are reported to VAERS? Let's look at the evidence. I found that this report was really hard to find, so go to Google and type in electronic support for public health vaccine adverse event reporting system, and I will click on the first one. It will take you to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality, AHRQ. So this is the report. Let's see the project details. So let's look at this project. So this was granted by AHRQ almost $1 million to Lazarus Ross, who worked at Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare Inc. in Boston, Massachusetts. And this was done between 2007 and 2010. And what they found was adverse events from vaccines are common but underreported, with less than 1% reported to the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. Low reporting rates preclude or delay the identification of problem vaccines potentially endangering the health of the public. New surveillance methods for drug and vaccine adverse events are needed. So the VAERS is basically really bad because it only captures about 1%, well, less than 1% of vaccine adverse events. So this report ended in 2010. Then this is 2019, so that was 9 years ago, and we are still using the VAERS. We're going to take a look at what VAERS is next. This is really easy to find. You just type in Google VAERS and then click on About VAERS. It is a national early warning system to detect possible safety problems in U.S. licensed vaccines. VAERS is co-managed by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, and the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA. Another thing I want to show you is what is a serious adverse event. An adverse event is an undesirable experience associated with use of medical product in a patient and should be reported. So that includes death, life-threatening conditions, hospitalization, disability, permanent damage, congenital anomaly, birth defect, things that would require permanent devices, and other serious events. So is it true that only 1% of vaccine adverse events are reported to VAERS? The answer is yes. According to a $1 million grant research that came out in 2010 by Lazarus Ross and his team, they investigated the electronic vaccine adverse event reporting system, VAERS, and found that less than 1% of vaccine adverse events were reported to the system. That's it for this video. If you like this video, click